Hey guys, I'm trying to have some consistency here. Maybe make a video once a week. Don't hold me to it though. And today I have cold coffee instead of hot tea and hot coffee, which is problematic, I guess, sometimes in the videos because it steams up in there. Maybe it's a distraction, I don't know. You'll have to let me know. But anyway, what do I want to talk about today? I guess two things that kind of have merged into one thought for me, which was on Sunday, family members turn on the TV in the morning sometimes. I say family because I don't usually do it. I don't watch that much TV. I like to watch Netflix or a couple of movies here and there, a couple of documentaries, but I don't watch TV. That's a different topic. But anyway, in the background was the news. And it was so funny because for one moment, I got to witness a portal that was closing very quickly. It was early in the morning, and there was a news anchor. It was a woman, and I don't know what happened, but a mistake was made. It was something like they were still filming her, but I think her earpiece, and I don't know how it works with the news, okay? But her earpiece had turned off maybe, and she thought she was on a break still. And it was so funny to me because I think she grabbed her tablet, off from the side. Kind of like how I have my little notes right here, right? If you see me looking at them, that's what I'm doing. But anyway, she grabbed her tablet that was off to the side when I think they were supposed to be going to commercial. And then she started scrolling, and you can hear her thoughts because she was like, oh no, yes, oh my gosh. And then I realized when I would have normally walked by and just said, oh gosh, this news people, they make me sick, right? I realized that a mistake had happened. So I actually grabbed my coffee and I sat down, and I noticed my own behavior, which was to watch somebody who was typically, it is important that they stay on cue, if you know what I mean. But she was sitting there. She was, scrolling through her tablet. She then took out a cup of noodles and she quickly began eating it, And then, as if life couldn't get more exciting for me, to see this, to see somebody who usually has to be so on point and so prompted. She took out a long, thin comb and she started combing her hair. She did all of these things, and I think I don't know if they have a mirror there, but she was like really, doing it, making sure she was looking good, And it was so funny to me because I had never seen that before. And then all of a sudden, something happened. We don't know what, but her earpiece worked, and she realized that all of that stuff had been seen. It was a matter of minutes, but for me it felt like a full-length feature film. And then she came back after a break and she apologized. She apologized for her accidental display of human behavior. It was at the wrong time. But what that made me think of, I thought about it. It was on Sunday. I thought about it. I said, "Oh my gosh, what does this make me think of myself? That I won't watch the news I don't feel compelled to watch the news. Because I think for the most part it's just, getting my thoughts to go in a certain direction that I don't want them to go into. Or getting me to think things that I don't want to think, or getting me to celebrate things that I have no interest in celebrating, or just all kinds of stuff. And I'll get into that in another video. I'm very curious as to the pattern of how they do things and my abilities to pick them up without using artificial intelligence. But anyway, so sorry about the cars, guys. Anyway, then, I was still thinking about it on Sunday and Monday. And then, I see this Kamala Harris video. And I say, I don't know if you guys seen it. If you've seen it, great. If you haven't, go see it. I don't even know how you'd find it. It popped up on my YouTube. It was, I think, let me see, what was it? Oh, World Space Week. I have no idea about World Space Week. And I don't know if I'm invested in finding out anymore, because, I mean, the video that she made was so discouraging that I don't even know if I want to think about space anymore, I'll give you the scenario, and then you can go look it up. But anyway, she was sitting, in her little suit, and she had some kids around her that looked like they were about 12 years old. It was more than a few kids. Of course, it was a diverse selection. Bravo. Well done. Good thinking on that point. We have to be careful with those things. But anyway, she started speaking to them in such a way that, I didn't know where I was anymore. I mean, I almost felt like I was on the planet that she was talking to them about. Stuck in some crater someplace, not sure if I should ask for help to come back to Earth. That's how bad it was. It's very hard to describe, other than these were 12-year-olds, possibly. And she was talking to them in some kind of hybrid voice that was mixed with Blue's Clues, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, and I don't know. I think the character, I don't know if you guys have seen the movie. It's from a long time ago. Misery. The crazy lady. I think her name was Annie. I'm your #1 fan. Remember that woman? She was nuts. It was all of those characters mixed into one. And it was awful. It was awful. I was so much more refreshed by watching a newscast woman, combing her hair and eating a cup of noodles than I was by Kamala Harris. It was awful. I don't know how to describe it other than she was degrading their intelligence, talking down to them in a way that makes you wonder, man, not only has she ever been around children, but if she's going to talk to a 12-year-old like that, as if they are one, I mean, what does she talk to 40-year-olds like? What does she talk to other voting age people like? There was no covering up for how she spoke. She said she likes the idea of exploring the unknown, and she was doing a lot of hand gestures that I think that she believed made her more human, or made her have a connection to the kids. But if you looked at the video, I mean, they had no response. And you could tell that they were coached, even if we know now one of the boys was an actor, and he wasn't even allowed to show some sort of fake sign of enthusiasm, which I think she was trying to generate. But basically, I mean, I don't know when they got this thing together. But the kids, you can tell they were trained. Almost like when you're little, when your parents, you're going to go someplace important, and your parents tell you, put your hands in your lap, put them down there, and don't you move, And if you move, and your parents catch you moving, that's it, you're done. Those kids looked like they were scared. They didn't look like they were ready to learn or eager or enthusiastic. And it just seemed like, she would have been better to have a soliloquy, It was awful. It was really awful. And that has a lot to do with what's going on today. Just a whole bunch of people going around talking down to people. Treating them as if they're stupid, including the kids. I say, hey, Kamala, if that's how you talk, fine. I apologize. But we don't think you talk like that. Because we've watched other clips of you. We saw you go toe-to-toe with Mike Pence. Now, we know that those kids are not Mike Pence. We know that you're not debating with the children. But we also know that they know the English language. We also know they study. We also know you didn't let them talk. At least not the part I saw. I only saw 4 minutes. But even if I saw more and your voice remained the same as it did at the beginning, oh my gosh. It was bad. It was a lot of, It was a lot of strain in your face, And these were my gestures as I was watching you. It was this. And then it was this. And then it was. And that's all I can say, That's all I can say. I guess it doesn't matter. I know, or at least I've heard, that a lot of these people, and when I say these people, I mean these politicians, and a lot of wealthy celebrities and things like that, that they have these PRs groups, I guess, right? And I think, I'm glad that we can see you for who you are. I'm grateful. I'm grateful that little children can look at you. And even though it was very uncomfortable to watch them sitting there so still, reminds me of something that happened in my life a long time ago. I'll tell you about it in a second. But I'm grateful that they can see you for who you are. But at the same time, it's very uncomfortable to watch. It's very uncomfortable to know that level of affectation exists. It was a disaster. But anyway, it reminds me of when I was a young girl. I want to say I was about 7. I could have been a little bit older. I think it was between the ages of 7 and 9, maybe. And I was in foster care. Oops. And, I don't know if they do these things anymore. I'm not sure. Sorry, there's a wasp down there. Oh, gosh. Hold on. I hope I don't get it angry. Oh, it flew away. I kind of just threw my flip-flop next to it, guys. I didn't kill it. I gave it a warning. Anyway. There was, Christmas time. Christmas time came. And, an invitation was sent to the families of the kids that had foster care children. I mean, I know that's a strong word, but it was true. That's the word that I remember now as an adult, as how I felt back then. But they had these parties, and they were trying to get the foster care parents to bring the kids that were foster care kids to have a holiday celebration. And I remember going there and not enjoying myself, even though the gift was there. The gifts were there, you know? Just like Kamala Harris is saying, oh, the gifts, the World Space Week, you're going to get to see the craters with your own eyes. What other eyes would you use, Kamala? You know? Anyway, supposed to be. But I'm enthusiastic about the gifts we got. We were supposed to be thankful and have much gratitude. And I think for the most part, the kids did. A lot of the kids, they were grateful. They just wanted a gift. A lot of us never had a gift in our life. I remember not knowing what Christmas was until I was 7 years old. Somebody gave me a gift, and it was a doll. And I said, why are you giving me this? But what I really remember were the people that threw the party. They were so satisfied with themselves. They were talking down to us. Are you glad? Are you happy to have a Christmas? Show me what you got. Aren't you so grateful? They were doing things like that, you know. To kids that were my age and older, oh gosh, I felt sorry for the older kids. Not only had they not been adopted, but they had to downplay their intelligence for the sake of someone else's vanity, and to make these adults that are so full of themselves. And I'm not saying all foster care parents are like that, or adopted parents. I'm not saying that. I'm saying the ones, the people, the politicians that talk down to children and talk down to other people of what they perceive as different classes, just because they think they're up here. So because you think you're up here, you automatically talk down to everybody. I remember I couldn't even enjoy those gifts. I don't even remember what the hell they were. Because it used to make my stomach sick to have to feel like I had to make somebody who already had so much feel better about themselves when they already had all the advantages. It was gross. And I think that that's what's going on all over the place. A lot of people that are just tired. We don't want to make people who already have all the advantages feel like they need some more. And we need to sit down and look at them with, you know, shiny eyes and be enamored with, you know, the vice president or this politician or that senator or that judge or that lawyer or that TV anchor or that celebrity. Who cares? They're all people. They're all people. Kids are people too. We need to stop treating people and talking to people like they're stupid. A lot of the time, the people that we talk to, if you gave them a chance, you would see that they have a lot to offer. And a lot of the time, they have a lot to offer more than what you could perceive, and more than you'll ever get if you keep talking to them like that. I remember I never went back to those parties. I didn't want their toys, and I didn't want their words.